Welcome everyone to Chaos. No, actually this is this is Explosion.
Is that a brand new show we're doing now?
Yeah, boy, we should be calling it that. This is Explosion, the MMO show here at LagSpike TV. I'm Nebraska Dave, Lightfinger, I don't know, 17,000 other damn names. I have with me Adam Benham
What's up?
and Welsh Washer.
Oh yeah, the one and only sexy Welshman.
I was wondering if it was going to come back.
Who still does not have a camera.
Yeah,
So
He's too sexy for his camera. He breaks that
he
shit.
keeps breaking it, yeah. All right.
I don't feel sexy tonight after injuring my ankle, but
Yeah, well, you know.
Ladies like it when it's swelled. That's all.
Yeah, you
not
can
to
tell
get dirty.
how wonderful a night this is going to end up being. Okay, we have of course we cover MMOs and the MMO news of the week, and boy, and we missed a week, so we've been kind of scrambling a little bit to catch up with everything, and so Chaos. That seems to be our middle name. That's why we said that here.
That's
So
why
we've got-
the show's name is Explosion, because it might blow up at any time.
Yeah, like right before the show, it likes to do that for some odd reason too. Anyways, we have a lot of MMO news. We've got some interesting tidbits and everything. Hopefully, I've got a lot of the things covered. And at the end of the show, we have a special announcement, and then I don't know. We'll see how it all ends up going. Where things never quite pan out the way they're supposed to, but you know how that always works when you're talking a show. Okay, let's start it off. We'll start it off with this. Let's see, will this work? You know, and I actually have to start asking this stuff today. The way everything else.
Hi, welcome back to our Shadowrun Online Kickstarter campaign. And as you've seen, we've got a couple of new things happening. We've got a lot of updates. We've got a lot of
Okay, what this is Shadowrun Online.
Some of those about the game.
Now, Shadowrun Online has started a Kickstarter.
As of today, we will offer you a new model, an additional model to the one we already have, which is called the campaign server model. It's similar to Guild Wars, so you download the game once, and then you can play it for as long as you like. But, like in the pen and paper RPG, we will offer you expansions that will contain new cities, new campaigns, and new stories for you. You can play the game any way you want. You can play it as a single-player game. You just get a runner team that you can hire from the game, and you can play it alone. You can play it with your friends. And if you don't have your friends online, you can also play it with complete strangers that you might get to know online. Of course, you can also play it as a PvP game. So, Shadowrun Online is basically divided into two parts. One is the cities, which we call hubs, where players meet and mingle, get their missions, and a lot of other stuff happens. And the other is what we call the mission maps, the action layer.
Have
where
either of
actually
you
run
guys
through
ever
the
seen the Shadowrun
The city hubs
RPG, the paper
are
and pencil
places
game?
where you meet other runners,
No, not the
where you
paper and
chat,
pencil.
where you-
I have
not
not.
the paper pencil, no.
And of course,
Okay,
we show
you have seen the various attempts at video games of Shadowrun, though.
I remember playing the Sega Genesis
We'll
version
go into legwork.
Okay.
of it.
Legwork
So,
missions are there for identifying your
The,
enemies.
I used to
finding
do
them on
the convention circuit, gaming convention circuit for the paper and pencil game for these guys, for FanPro, who had the rights at the time for Shadowrun.
Legwork missions can also be dangerous. If you're
Personally, I
driving
think
your
Secret World is doing a damn fine job of making of acting like Shadowrun, but
So,
it's interesting that you decided to use Kickstarter to actually create an MMO based on
the
Shadowrun.
run can have many different goals. It's not just kill all or kill that guy. It's really part of the story already. So in missions you will have to defuse a bomb, sabotage a research center, find somebody who's been hidden away, fight a pack of ghouls, a lot of different things. The point here is, it's not your typical RPG MMO mission. So it's not kill 5 wolves and get their hide, kill 10 wolves and get their hide, and kill 100 wolves and get their hide. So for example, your runners are hired to sabotage a secret research facility which is housing a new...
Look familiar?
The lab is cut off from the matrix, so you need to be
Does look familiar to me.
able to sabotage it. Your legwork told you of an old
It's,
sewer entry that is connected to the lab facility. And better legwork would have told you that the sewer is
Oh.
filled with toxic sludge, which would have been good to know in advance. Unfortunately, as you arrive there, a gang raid took place, and security has sealed off the whole area. So you need
Is
to
this it?
find your way in.
This is the
and then
preliminary
find a way to
gameplay,
actually
yes.
Get to the sewer access gate.
I'm
Then,
ready.
When you get in, you find another runner.
It's Diablo
Freaking
style. It's Diablo
sign me up.
style.
It's a race.
Looks like a bunch of fun, I tell ya, huh?
Now, depending on whether you sabotage the research facility or not, this may in turn free the AI inside
Yeah, kick
the
a move,
facility
is it?
and unlock new missions.
Yeah.
And of course, the sabotage could be hurting Evo, who run the lab, and the stock market prices for Evo would fall live as your
Hey,
mission
Fallout.
succeeds. So,
Hey, Stu.
your success in a mission or
Hey, everybody in the channel.
will affect the world. It will change corporation stock prices. It will unlock new campaign parts, and it will also affect the other runners. All the missions are part of a greater storyline, so it's not just a row of meaningless FedEx missions sending you from A to B. The first campaign will have a distinct plot involving corporations, AI, and a lot of scheming. But not only that, the collective actions of all the players...
I think
will decide how this story
it's
will
definitely
unfold.
interesting.
And it will
Definitely
of course
gonna look
be
at
a
that.
pen and paper game.
I'm
So,
ready.
what
Sign
do
me
you
up now.
Actually write Shadowrun Future.
What is the how much is the Kickstarter?
I am not sure exactly. I haven't really looked.
2,396 backers on it. 14 days ago.
Become one of those gangs by teaming up with other
Yeah, let's see
Thank you for
here.
listening. In our next update, we want to explain a bit more about the micro gameplay, how we transfer the Shadowrun pen and paper rules into Shadowrun Online, how the action system works, how the combat works. So all of this is going to be explained next time around. Thank you for supporting us, and stay tuned.
Now, what's interesting also about, and it's the regular website that you go to for it, which is actually kind of neat too. The people who actually own the Shadowrun rights is Microsoft. So they said that to basically to these guys, and it's the same, by the way, as to the MechWarrior Online have the same rules. Basically,
Right.
if you
Yeah.
we're going to license these out to you guys if you can get these projects built. Now, because it's Microsoft that actually owns the rights to this, I'm wondering whether or not there's going to be some Xbox involved on both of those.
I would doubt it.
Because Windows 8.
It was specific, yes, Windows. That's what I'm saying. Windows 8 and the smart window technology. It could be interesting to
So-
see what they come up with if they decide to smart window this. Pardon me.
Here's the thing that I'm seeing right here is they're saying it's going to be a free-to-play server, and with with microtransactions, no money up front, let's play, premium items in shop for real money, and premium subscription available, various boosts, blah blah blah. As usually free. I hate the name free-to-play because it doesn't really. It's free to download the damn game. It's not free to play the thing because it always gives you the incentives to go and, oh, here you go. Well, how about buying this? Oh, you want to complete this mission? Buy this. Why don't they call it like free until you pay? So, but so then you have the campaign server, which can be bought for $39, $40, American dollars. And then you have $25 for the Kickstarter support during the campaign. So basically right there, you're looking at $65 for this game.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I I love the
I
idea
mean,
of the game.
it's not. It's even in pre-alpha. You can't. What they're showing there with the graphics is not going to be the final project by any stretch of the imagination.
Right, but
But
$65 for a game, really?
yeah,
Yeah.
it's a little pricey in my opinion. At the
I like the
start,
sound of it and the looks of it, but I think is it worth the money that you end up buying, paying for it?
That's the
exactly.
thing. That is the thing. I don't know.
Yeah, and we'll see how far it really gets. And this Jan Wagner, the guy who was talking there in that video,
Mhm.
I don't know him from squat. I honestly don't. I know a lot of the
Cliffhanger
people.
Productions, that's where he works for.
Yeah, and the thing is that I don't know. I know some of the the actual people that write for Shadowrun. I know Adam Jury and some of the other people that actually write for the website and write for Shadowrun nowadays, the paper and pencil game.
Right.
And I don't know how involved they are in this either, and that's going to be a little bit more of a key to me, just because I know those guys. If they're involved, I'll be a lot more happier towards the product. I'll be very honest with you, because I've known those guys. I used to write a column for Adam Jury. I wrote some stuff for him with his fan magazine for Shadowrun. We'll see how it all works out, but I'm a little hesitant at this point in time. But it's going to be a wait and see.
Jagged Alliance online, they did that one.
They're doing that
Deadlands.
one. Okay, that one's in beta. Jagged Alliance Online is in beta currently, and
Yeah.
my friend Ray, who is always over here on Friday and Saturday nights, is
Yeah.
is actually playing that. And if you ever remember the Jagged Alliance game, the PC games,
Uh-huh.
there's like 3 or 4 of them. They're very. The very first one was awesome for the time frame that it came out, and then they varied since. But the Jagged Alliance Online, he's been very happy with so far.
Also did Gothica 3, Risen 1 and 2.
Ooh, Risen.
Yeah, and the Spellforce 2. So, like, here's my thing. If games look nice, I understand that. It's all about functionality and gameplay completely. That's what it comes down to. Because you can have a great looking game, but if you can't play the damn thing and like feel like you're connected, like I hate clunky controls. I like perfect example was DayZ. DayZ has really clunky controls when you start off with it. It should feel natural when you play. It should be like, oh, this is the button to do this. I mean, I know you can go through and remap all your shit. I mean, that's fine, but like, it needs to have clean controls. And Risen really didn't have clean controls at all, so.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. I think the other thing with these guys is that if the content in the game doesn't quite match up with the price, you'd end up paying for it. I can see this game being a cliffhanger.
Oh, yeah, I mean, we've seen a lot of things like, a lot of these, Kickstarters. Everything is getting a Kickstarter, okay. Have we got to see one product from a Kickstarter yet? That's my question. Has there been one? Nothing's released. So what happens whenever one of these go wrong? You know what I mean? Like, you put money into something, and you're like, oh, in your mind, because as we all think, if we back something, we instantly think it's going to be awesome. So we're like, oh, this is going to be the best thing ever, because I'm going to put money into it, and I'm going to, this is freaking awesome. Well, here's the bad thing, is what happens whenever it doesn't meet your expectations?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this where Kickstarter fucking gets flopped? Because all the projects that are going into it, everything's a big flop that comes out? Or what?
Yeah.
Or if one of these studios got out of business before they're doing the product, perfect example, 38 Studios. Promising such an awesome game, close down. What happens when that happens?
Yeah, and I know there's been a lot of failures with Kickstarter, but they're all been small things. These big, huge name things haven't come until recently. The Ouya, the Shadowrun Online, well, okay, the Penny Arcade, pay us $1 million and we won't have ads on our site anymore. Kickstarter is kind of a joke, but the, but any of these other ones, yeah, you have to wonder. The thing is that once they hit their Kickstarter goal, they're committed to the product. Well, yeah, but what if you get crap? I mean, that's really what you're looking at, because they basically have to guarantee that they are going to bring out something, but it doesn't have to be worth a shit.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
true.
what you got to worry about. Okay, next, Defiance, and we got a little ad in front of this here for Lara Croft, it looks like, but and this is from GameSpot, so I don't want to steal GameSpot's spotlight here. This is their thing. This is their interview that they did about Defiance. Now, Defiance is the game by Trion Worlds, makers of Rift and End of Nations. Wait a second, let me kill the sound on this thing. And like I said, this is a Lara Croft ad, so we can...
Yeah, to be honest with you, I'm looking forward to this Defiance game. It's interesting to see how it's going to interact with the TV show.
Well, and that's the point. The TV show has started filming as of last week, Wednesday. And they're filming it in Toronto. And from my understanding of the way this works is basically there's been an alien invasion, and then there's been this big huge fight between the humans and this coalition of aliens. Then the aliens discover that we have to work with the humans. I've heard this plot before, by the way. It was called Babylon 5. So I want to see how these guys pull it off. Because it's an alien coalition, that means there's multiple different aliens that are going to be involved.
And factions of aliens.
And factions of aliens. So, because there's going to be groups of aliens that want to conquer, there's groups of aliens that want to work with the humans, then there's the human side, which of course are going to have the xenophobes that hate all aliens, and then there'll be the ones that want to work with the aliens. Then there's going to be, so it's interesting. Now, the town of Defiance is the actual television show.
It's not an invasion story.
Yeah.
It's an emigration story. Because their system was destroyed.
See, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. Because you have two things going on. You have a game that may suck, that will possibly bring down the show. Because if the game sucks, the show's probably going to suck.
I have a little bit of confidence in Trion Worlds to be able to handle that.
Yeah.
I'm actually worried more about
the.
I'm actually worried.
Pretty awesome.
I'm worried way more about the show because it's on Sci-Fi.
Yeah.
Oh, God. And it's always, they always have the cheesiest shit.
To me, I think the game's going to be fine. I think, if anything, to be honest, if they do a launch similar to what they did with Rift, they'd be smack on. But, the Rift was phenomenal from launch.
Oh, yeah. Say, I'm in the beta for End of Nations, and I will say, can't really say much about it, but it looks promising. It really does. So, yeah, definitely keep your eye out for that game.
Yeah. So I want to see how this works out. I mean, in some cases, this also sounds a little bit like how the world will be with this Defiance, which is basically a town where all of these races are trying to work together and mix. And then that's in like the Midwest is where that's going to be at. And then the gameplay though is like in San Francisco and actually affects the rest of the world. So what's happening in the rest of the world is actually run by the gameplay. And then, if it's a national, something happens that's a big deal national in the gameplay, that's where it gets reflected into the show. I'm worried in the fact that the show's already starting to film because the game's not out yet. So that means the game's not going to affect the show yet. Where does the...
That disappoints me a little because if they want interaction between game and show, you kind of want them out at the same time. So then at least then they can reflect each other.
And, well, that also means, since they're preloading, that means that they've got the game is going to have, whatever happens that starts the game out is going to have to appear in the show first at this point in time. It can't work the other way around. The game isn't going to drive the show has to drive the game initially. And then it's supposed to flip around. I don't know how well that's going to work. Not when you're talking Hollywood production schedules and, television production schedules and stuff like that. The fact it's already starting to film worries me. I mean, that's really where
I on right now with, Rift is a good game, even to this day. I like it. And the Nations, can't say much. If anybody remembers Command & Conquer, if you like Command & Conquer, you like End the Nations.
They're the same people who made Command & Conquer.
Yeah, it was the same production team.
Yeah, and that's the ones before EA, by the way, guys. It's the old Westwood boys.
Right.
And a lot of it is
so
that the game and the show are going to evolve over the first season. So as things change in...
I don't really, like I said, man, this game looks interesting. I mean, it really does. It looks really good.
Here's the gameplay. This is what I was waiting on. I mean, it's a...
Those are some of the bigger questions that we've been getting.
Tell you what it reminds me of. It's a game that didn't last too long. It was a little bit of Tabula Rasa.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I kind of got that feel a little bit of it too.
Yeah, because this looks like kind of like one of the bases that you had in Tabula Rasa. I love that it's like kind of like a Twitch shooter.
Mm-hmm.
I like that. That would catch on.
Because it's not like, I love Secret World. I love what they've done.
Yeah, but it's not a Twitch shooter.
But I really feel like, if I would have had an assault rifle, then I should be able to do this. But yeah, it's ooh, I like the lightning stuff.
Yeah, flamethrower and lightning. Yeah, that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty freaking amazing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with you. This is and maybe even a little, even though it's cleaner, it's a different graphic style. Kind of like either Borderlands or Team Fortress kind of style too, a little bit.
Yeah, but Team Fortress is it?
But I'm just saying, and then the situation here though with this. I'm not a first-person shooter player. I'm just not. It's just not good. And so, this is less appeal to me, but it's more appeal to you guys that play the first persons. It's going to be, and obviously it's a bug invasion of some sort that they're fighting here, because it's what seems to be what they're fighting here, which then brings back Starship Troopers.
You know what? It actually, and that also brings up the, what is that freaking game that we are in the beta for? And
PlanetSide 2?
Huh?
PlanetSide 2?
No, not PlanetSide 2, the other one that had the jetpacks on the back. And
Fallout. Fallout. Not Fallout.
Firefall.
Which
that's it.
We got a story
that reminds me kind of a Firefall, too.
Yeah, see, I think this game is designed to compete against PlanetSide 2 and Firefall.
I think it looks good.
I think it's in that realm of games.
It's going to be free to play too, right?
Yes. Yes, it is.
It's going to be one of those.
Again, like
if it's done right, then it's going to be awesome. And that's really a bad way to say something. But it's like if it pulls it off where you don't have to buy all kinds of crap to be able to enjoy it, like I'm playing League of Legends now. And playing around with it, and like it doesn't really. It kind of feels like you're like, oh, I'd love to have this character, but you're like doing experience in game, and you're building it up where you can buy stuff, but it takes longer to buy stuff.
Yeah.
So, but I'd like to see something like that.
Yeah, I took out of my list some of things to talk about today, a game that's in that League of Legends because those really aren't an MMO. So I took those out, even though they're multiplayer.
Yeah, they're really not. Like,
They're calling them MOBA, and I don't remember what that stands for, but well, I'll bring that up later. What I spotted, which is kind of cute. So we'll see how this all works, and I don't want to do this entire thing here, but just, you know, if you want to watch this entire video, go over to GameSpot's site and take a look at it, because, you know, they deserve your clicks as well.
Yep.
And they'll probably kill us
If
we show the entire damn thing. So, but I think it's going to be good. I think the gameplay will be good. Like I said, I'm worried about the television show. I'm actually more worried about the television show than I am the gameplay at this point.
If it's like that, the gameplay, I think it's going to be. It looks addicting a little bit. It does.
Yeah.
The way they can move around like that, I can see how being addictive.
Mm-hmm.
But the TV show has to. Are they going to go cheesy with all the sound effects? They're going to go very cheap. I'm wondering, because if they're going to go cheap on the stuff, then it might drag the game down as well.
I screwed up here. Hold on 1 second. I forgot to bring up one. I was fighting with the computer before I.
Because if the TV show is on the same level as Walking Dead or Falling Skies, then it'll be awesome. But it'd be interesting to see how they actually do the production of it. Like, are they actually going to spend some money on actually creating good sound effects, good content, good story?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. But like I say, I have confidence in Tryon. That's really what it comes down to. I liked Rift. The only reason I left Rift was because of the fact that I got burned out of fantasy. So this being sci-fi, it might be more appealing to me.
it's kind of the.
Okay, speaking of the rival that we just mentioned, we have a new trailer for PlanetSide 2.
Yeah.
And this was just put out this week at I can't remember what the name of it is now, but it's China's equivalent of E3.
Oh, really?
Or the Games Expo. So they released this over there, which is kind of interesting. So let's see what we got. I have not seen this yet.
They policed it.
Whatever gods once were have long forsaken this place.
Love how it's not actual gameplay.
Yeah, cutscene.
They're free from this war. No glory waits for you in the afterlife.
Now, if that's the actual gameplay, that would be freaking amazing.
Yeah, well,
We have to
Right?
will endure another day.
Eventually. Oh, it's got the old music. I can just see me doing that move right there, throwing a grenade down into a tank.
Can't say too much.
Oh, nice. I don't really understand
Determine who's right,
why they show
who's left.
footage of stuff like this.
Cutscene?
Yeah, like, you know you're not going to be able to shoot that plane down and take it into, or it get crash into buildings and the buildings explode and you crash into it. So why show that? Oh, that's nice. Alright, I'm ready.
Ready to play it?
Yeah, I am so ready to play it.
Well, I'm hoping here pretty soon the embargo will go off for media, and then we can talk a little bit more about it. Or I should say, Mosh can sit here and tell you everything about it.
Freaking, yeah. A lot of people I know. See, here's what it comes down to is betas hate me. These companies hate me because apparently I've said something about their beta sucking. And I don't get any.
Well, yeah. Well, we don't kiss ass here. That's the point.
Yeah. I know there's quite a few of us in LagSpike are looking forward to that game, there.
We got a lot of games that we're looking forward to in LagSpike and Blacklisted. That's for
I just
sure.
really wish that I had time.
Yeah, I know. That's really what it's starting to get to a point
That's what's
of.
killing me on this end is because it's like, you know, every time I turn around, there's a brand new game out, and I'm like, ah, God.
I know it. Well, and you know, Lord knows I'm already neglecting, you know, Age of Conan for Secret World horribly right now, which I feel bad for. So, who knows what all other stuff that we'll have to coming out here. I mean, I actually have an alpha key for another game, so that I haven't even touched yet. So it'll be interesting to see how it all works out. That's for sure.
But I do recommend people to get Planet Side 2. If they like, best way for me to think of it is like Battlefield 3 crossed with Unreal Tournament.
Sign me the fuck up.
Yeah, there you go.
There's a lot of...
Speaking of games...
Plays Planet Side 1. You like Planet Side 2?
Oh, I loved Planet Side 1.
I just couldn't get into it, so because of that first-person shooter. Just couldn't do it. Okay. Speaking of games we're looking forward to, make sure that Cosmic's on a leash now. Guild Wars 2, which of course comes out the end of August, is when it's coming out.
I can't wait.
Yep.
Got less than a month now.
Yeah, they released a series of a number of these videos discussing different things, different aspects of the game. Of course, the one I chose just because I know my audience, Blacklisted. We will have, I selected the PvP. They're real short videos, but they talk about the different aspects of what PvP is going to be like in Guild Wars 2. Those things going loud.
Guild Wars 2 competitive PvP is going to ask players to control 3 different strategic points on any PvP map. And controlling these 3 capture points is what's going to decide who wins and who loses. On top of that, you also get credit for kills for killing the enemy team.
The variety of the locations that you can fight over is ridiculous. You can fight on a pirate ship, you can fight in a city that's under siege, you can fight in a haunted forest.
And every single map is going to be different with a different secondary mechanic.
You can get on trebuchets and rain fiery death on your enemies who are fighting in the city, and you can commandeer cannons on a pirate ship to use for your advantage.
There are two major ways that you can get into a game. You can have a structured 5-on-5, or you can just jump in and play.
I was gonna say Guild Wars 2 deserves the hype that it's getting.
Level 1, you can
Yeah, I would definitely agree with that, because we can actually talk about this shit. I've enjoyed the PvP a lot with the trebuchets and shit like that, and shooting the so like kind of like a clock tower thing there. I've done that, and it's freaking pretty freaking cool.
You bring your A game, and I bring
Like
my
all
A
the
game,
crazy
and
shit
at
that
the
you
end of
can
the
do.
day, one of us goes home
Like
losing.
I just,
That's what competitive PvP is about.
it needs to hurry up and come out.
Yeah, the world, the world versus world PvP stuff, is that is so close to the Dark Age of Camelot days, where it was that intense.
Yeah, I have to say I don't know how I feel about these two different worlds though. Is like PvP world and PvE world. I like them, but I hate them all at the same time, because it's like I miss that joy of being like, all right, I'm gonna go complete this mission. Here we there's there's a bad guy there. It's another player. Oh shit, I'm gonna kill him. That's the thing I miss.
Yeah. Yeah, and because of its world versus world, it really doesn't have... It's not really faction versus faction. Because you're going to be dropped in to your world. Your world is your faction. So everybody you're playing with in the game and the PvE side is your ally. Really, when you get down to it. Because when you go to PvP, they're going to be on your world. They're on your side when you jump in. You're not going to fight them. It's going to be people on other servers that you're fighting. So it's a little interesting on how that's going to work. And
that can be quite interesting in the sense that they can do tournaments with that. You think about it. They can do some kind of esports stuff where you can have the best worlds. Like for example, they can do like league tables where amount of the worlds that they have. But this world, like 12 worlds, say for example, then, you know what I mean?
Well, yeah, you can do, okay, these are the top 8 worlds, let's do a tournament.
Yeah.
I mean, they'll be able to do stuff like that. And I think this game is really going to lend itself because of that to an esports situation, which I think is where NCSoft wanted to go with it, because esports is such a big thing right now. And it's growing, and when you get a major network all of a sudden talking with Twitch to do esports, then it's going to be interesting how it all works out. That's the way I look at it. So we shall see. We shall see how this all how it pans.
I'm looking forward to it and see how it deserves the hype it's getting, and
Yep, I agree. Okay, back to our discussion, and we discussed this 2 weeks ago. But they have an interview now out there. Gamer Live TV did an interview with the founder, David Brevik, whose name might be familiar to you all since he was the lead designer for Diablo 2, about Marvel. The Marvel Heroes game. And of course in this he mentions it's very Diablo-like, which makes sense considering who he is and what he's done. So we shall see.
yeah. I'll have a look at it, but I can't see it being something that's going to be anything big. I can't see it,
Hi, I'm David Brevik.
living past 2 months, to be honest, but...
Yeah.
A game that we're making.
And again,
I just don't see what's the point of having like hundreds of Iron Mans running around when you can... about MMOs is about uniqueness, what sets your character apart from somebody else's.
To me, this is Diablo 3 with superhero skins.
Mm-hmm.
And you unlock characters as you go along. So in a sense, it's like Ultimate Marvel Ultimate Alliance was for the 360 and PS3s.
So talk a little about the fact that people can actually play as real Marvel superheroes.
Right. This is something that's very different, especially for an MMO. Most superhero MMOs, you've been able to create your own hero. Here you're going to play as the Marvel heroes. We thought that was just much more compelling thing. These people have...
I disagree with it being much more compelling, and I will... This is the same problem that THQ has with WWE games.
Really exciting, and it's not just like an X-Men game.
It's not the fact that we want to play as John Cena. It's we want to beat the shit out of John Cena with ourselves.
Yeah.
In this case, it's not that I want to play Wolverine. It's that I want to beat up on Sabretooth.
Yeah.
With my
I think they should allow people to come in as villains as well. Let me have a villain side. Where,
yeah, you
it gives more a choice in the game.
Well, you can't be an MMO without offering PvP, and this game does not have PvP at the start. I know that.
We have hundreds and hundreds of costumes in the
game. It bugs me that this is not okay. Yes, there's going to be a RP hub, a hub, and there's going to be, quests. But you're missing the key things about MMOs. I'm sorry, you really are.
But where's the quest? How much of a quest thing do they say they have? Because
I don't know. Well, it could. I mean, like I say, it's Diablo style, so you can have a lot of quests. But it's just not going to be the. And yeah, they're saying like cooperative missions here. It's still, to me, it's not going to have that right feel. It's going to feel like Diablo, and I have a hard time calling Diablo an MMO.
Yeah, I don't think they should throw MMO on this.
It's misleading. It's not really an MMO, is it?
No, I don't consider it. Yeah, even if it's just one single server and not multiple servers like Diablo, you're still... No, I'm sorry.
Of course, New York City and things like that will be in it. There we have Professor X's.
It's like
do they say how many people can get in one mission? Do we do co-op missions?
I believe it is 4.
And it's not an MMO.
Well, what about raids?
Well, it's very deep.
Are there raids?
And so random levels and lots of items.
If you think about it,
things like that.
Take the modern day MMOs, you talk about 5 to 6 people in a group.
Mm-hmm.
But even then, you could go 5 to 6 people or even 7 in a group. You could do it out in the open world. Yeah, you can only have a limit in a certain amount of group, but you still have people around you within their groups.
Yeah, again, and then so even if you have mobs that you have to fight as you wander in between your quests, that other people can jump in on and stuff. It still doesn't make an MMO to me. It just doesn't. There's just something wrong here with this game. Not that it won't be popular. It'll be very popular, but this is not an MMO.
It's not an MMO.
No, yeah, they definitely need to take that out. They just need to say it's Marvel Heroes Online.
Yeah, Marvel Heroes Online, go with that and go for it. I mean, the superheroes, I don't know about you guys. The Superhero Squad, I don't know if you've heard of that game, the one that Sony's got, that you basically are playing the super deformed characters from the silly cartoon show. I mean, you have to play those characters. You can't create your own on there. So what's the difference? Okay, yeah, they're doing little stupid puzzles and shit. You're not really actually doing, real fights. There are parts where you do fights. What's the difference?
And the lessons I learned,
isn't it really that hard for them to look at DC Universe Online and realize, look, instead of having these people be like hundreds of Iron Mans and hundreds of Spider-Mans, can they just give them option to create your own guy, have Iron Man, Spider-Man, all that being mentors?
Yeah, I mean, DC did it, despite the fact that DC killed themselves with that hack fiasco, DC did it right. City Heroes did it right in the first place with its, at the time, and its graphics and its combat. At this point in time, DC has done it right. Yeah, okay, you have to kind of use a controller with it because the fights are so damn fast and you need to be able to, react that quick. But it's still a good game. I mean, DC. Matter of fact, DC this last weekend. Speaking of DC, this last weekend did an Olympic competition, and I wasn't there. I didn't go and see it, but supposedly they did an Olympic competition because of the Olympics between characters, where they did there's like race courses and stuff in the game, and they were competing who was fastest and stuff like that, which is kind of fun. But that's the kind of thing that you would want. I mean, you don't want. I'm sorry. This is like a cross between an MMO and a MOBA. I don't know if it's going to fly. It'll fly for the fanboys.
I don't know. Like, just seeing a little bit of gameplay of it. I'll be honest with you. It's got a Diablo feel to it, so I might play around with it. I mean, I'm pretty much right now in Inferno on Diablo, and just I'm getting to that point where I'm like, I've done this shit before. I've already done this before, and that grind for the better loot is just it's there but not there. So
right, I agree. Okay, let's move on here. Now, next few I don't have any graphics for. Although, should I move? Do you have graphics for that game that you were talking about, Adam?
DayZ or DayZ? God, this is War Z.
Yeah.
They're on that page, believe it or not.
Well, yeah, that's just pictures, though. You know of any movies?
Video? No.
Okay.
No, there's no video.
Okay, well, I'll show the pictures then. Okay, let's go through a couple of these things here, because these are actually kind of quick. We don't need to show graphics for. Anyways, Firefall is supposedly coming into Gamescom, which is August 16th through the 19th. They are going to be coming with a brand new build, what they call a brand new updated build for Firefall. This is Red 5 that's putting this out. Again, we mentioned the two others that are in that same genre, the Defiance and the PlanetSide 2. So Firefall has another build coming. That they've got a new character progression, new resource of mining and crafting system, and some other. They have an esports toolkit, which tells me where they're going.
Yeah.
They're definitely going to go. They're going to fight for the esports as well. I'm going to pop this up real quick while I'm at it. So we'll see how it all pans out, but I'm not sure what our expert at Firefall is hiding on us right now. So.
Yeah, he's camping out somewhere.
Yeah.
The Firefall's nice. I'll admit they just need to add a lot more stuff into it.
Yeah.
It's I can't deal with this grinding, pounding the ground, and constantly doing that. And oh, look, we got materials now. We go back and craft, and it needs something else. It's not. It's good. Don't get me wrong, but it's just not a cup of tea all the time to play. It's one of those games where I can be like, I'm bored, I'm going to play this.
Right.
Okay, I'm done.
Lord of the Rings Online is going to be holding their Farmers Fair, which is a series of quests in, of course, the Hobbit villages. And the results of it is that you can get some cosmetic gear and house items for completing the quest lines. And including a chicken head mask, according to this, and a pig head mask.
Wow.
So, and
we
you
have
can get
gotten this desperate, have we?
Yeah, a chicken coop and a hooded leather cape, or other things you can purchase. These are cosmetic items. This is just like cosmetic items that are in other games that can change your appearance, but really doesn't change your stats. Your stats are another set of items.
Yeah.
Is how that works. So these are all cosmetic items. Some people are going to really love those things and eat them up. I just said eat them up when I'm talking hobbits. And then So this is kind of a prelim, though, because they've got two things coming here. They've still got their summer festival that they have to hit yet. And then, of course, they're coming out with Riders of Rohan here at the beginning of September. So that's going to... This is kind of a preliminary ramp-up to getting to Riders of Rohan, which is going to be which is their big supplement that's coming out. And we've talked about that a couple times already, the Riders of Rohan. So look at past episodes of XPLosion found on YouTube. Plug. Okay, I'm going to skip the War Z and push it.
Before you go there,
Yeah.
talk about hobbits. Boil them, mash them, and stick them in a stew.
Yep, there you go. Let's see. I want to go through these state of the game messages here really quick, and then we can talk about War Z. Star Trek Online came out with a game. They come out monthly with their state of the game messages. This is by Dan Stahl, who I've met a couple times actually. Nice guy. He was part of the Cryptic team, left when Atari bought the company, and now has come back with Perfect Worlds taking over, which is a good thing. He's a pretty good guy. Unfortunately, they lost one of their lead programmers in Gozer. But this is the supplement. They just released the supplement with the star bases in it. Unfortunately, in the process, they broke the Foundry, which is the player creation missions, because of their addition to the Foundry Spotlight feature, which is the one where they are going to be putting in-game awards for completing player design missions, which they didn't have before. And so, because of that, they've had some problems with the Foundry, so it's only partially working right now. They have included now a PvE queue for dungeon areas.
Why don't games launch with this crap?
Yeah, no shit. Like I said, they've added the fleet star bases now, which is something they promised from day one. So it's only been, 3 years before they finally got to this.
Really? Has it been 3 years since this game releases?
It's pretty darn close. It's pretty darn
What?
close. It was February.
Really? Damn.
February, well, okay, 2.5.
Yeah, it didn't seem that long ago there, really. That's what's kind of crazy. It seemed like last year it just launched.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, well, it's also gone through 3 owners, so... It's been kind of crazy, that's all I can say.
Yeah, that's a good...
Yeah. And they added the Thalians as a race to fight. And at the very end, he mentions he's going to be at the Star Trek convention. And they're actually going to have a formal panel at the Star Trek convention this time.
We're not going to have a get-together like we did last time?
Nope, they're actually going to have a formal panel this time.
Ah, right.
Yeah. By the way, I found on my other computer one picture from that. We've lost the video, but I found the one picture I took. So we still have one picture left on that. Okay. Oh, and then the comments have been just, oh my god. Okay, so yeah, they've done 6 content upgrades. Every content upgrade they do, they call it a season. So they're on season 6 now. And there is still a lot of complaining. I'll be very honest with you. A lot of people think that the game is a little too grindy, a little too kill this many people type of thing. I thought it wasn't bad, but it's not a game that can keep my interest for very long, and I don't wander off to something else, but then every so often it's like, I'd like to see some space combat, so I'll wander back in there and do space combat, because space combat's awesome in that game. I mean, that's the big...
It is.
Space combat's awesome.
One thing that's going to interest me with Star Trek is that when they bring that Starbase building thing in there.
Yeah, that's what they released in this release. So I have not seen anything about how that works yet. I need to talk to my friends, but they're all getting ready for a certain convention.
Since it's free to play and all, I mean,
you may as well try
it.
it.
Bonus as well, so
you may as well try it.
I'll look at that.
Yeah. So, and hey, you can play Klingons.
And everybody wants to do that.
I want to play Klingon.
Yeah.
I want to tell you a sick fantasy I had.
Oh,
actually,
I don't know. Are we going to be able to put
female?
Oh,
see what I could rough.
Where in the hell are we going with this?
Mosh, you need to go to that Star Trek convention and go to the Klingon lunch.
Oh man.
I want to eat Urgach.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
You know what they eventually
save us, Dave. Move on to the next one.
Okay, the game that Adam and I also love, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Oh yeah. Oh god.
Their question and answer session happened as well.
Question. Why did your game suck? Answer. We don't know.
I have a story about that in a second. I got a story about that in a second. I didn't put in the show notes. Okay, so the questions they're asking, they pick and choose these stupid things, and they're not answering the real questions. So it's really kind of annoying that they're talking about the migrations that they're doing to combine servers. And they talk about, yes, they're trying to keep if PvE people are going to be migrated to PvE server. PvP will migrate to PvP. You know, try to keep the same languages, trying to keep the same regions and stuff like that. Now, here's the thing, what they don't tell you on here. There was a rumor leak today, that a developer for Star Wars said that they will be free to play by the end of the year.
Oh, I can believe it.
And
he blamed before that.
But that game is losing.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. It took way too much money to create that game.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why it's the most expensive game of all times, right? Correct?
That is correct.
Alright, so development-wise, okay, so you were looking for WoW money, pretty much. And WoW has done it, man. Everybody keeps on trying to compete with WoW. You're not going to be able to compete with WoW, man. WoW has its own thing. People want something different and something new. Mm-hmm. And that's the thing, is that everybody's getting tired of the same old, same old. Like, okay, if I want a fantasy game where I kill stuff and I do raids and stuff like that, what am I going to go play? I'm going to go play WoW. Okay, or Rift. Either or. Mm-hmm. Then you have, it's like, all right, well, we're going to compete with WoW, and everybody loves, Star Wars, so you're going to make a game. Okay. But the game that everybody loved in the very beginning that you killed was Star Wars Galaxies. Mm-hmm. And next thing you know is you got the people that are like, oh, it's another Star Wars game. Oh, my God, I'm so happy. And next thing you know is people realize, oh, my God, it's the game that we actually hated in the very beginning whenever they put everything in theme park instead of sandbox. That's what kills me.
Okay. Here's my take on this. The problem that Star Wars had was they focused, when you look at their materials, and I warned this back before this game started, that we were going to get 8 versions of Mass Effect.
Yep.
I warned this back before this game, where basically you're playing 8 games of Mass Effect with a different character in each game. They spent far too much money on voice acting.
And too much money on the freaking story instead of making a new
content in the
gameplay.
game.
Yeah, making new gameplay and stuff like that. You know, it's
Okay.
And one thing they messed up on was the looking for group system, because that's one of the things that you would have thought that would have been in the game. A game like that, you spend so much money on, you spent all this money on voice actors, making the story as good as it was. It was good, the story was good, I'll give them that. But mechanics fell flat in his face because, number one, how can anybody do the content if you can't find anyone to begin with?
Yep, exactly. Oh, but you have companions though. Oh boy.
I like the companions, but then again, I play pet classes in games like WoW, so I'm used to a companion or a pet running around.
My thing is, I don't like taking care of the freaking companion. I hate that crap.
Yeah.
I hate managing somebody else. I want to do my thing, everybody else do their thing.
Right. And so, you know, and I understand that, and a lot of people think the same way. You're forced to have a companion, really, in the game. You can't go through the stuff without one. So,
you can kill him.
Well, yeah.
They did do that to begin with, didn't they? They did put the option to kill your own companion, but then a lot of people said that you actually permanently lost them.
Yeah, and they took
or
that
just send
out.
them off to go do stuff. Like,
well, that's what you do. Is
that's the other thing that we mean for the game is that you are forced to use a companion in every situation, because later on, you know, like the first 30 levels, you didn't really need to have a companion, but later on, you kind of did, because the quests in the game were just far too hard to solo on your own.
Right.
So you relied on your apprentice, but to me, it should be about your card and not about whatever PvE card you got there.
Yeah, they really did not do a very good job with it. They really didn't in that fashion. Again, everything was, oh, look, we're going to have everything completely voice acted. I don't care. I want to skip through that.
It's like, really, I'd rather have
Secret
more
World,
content.
On Secret World, take a game, for example, Secret World, that has a lot of voice content. The first time I play the game, I listen to it. Now I've got 6 more characters. I got 3 more characters in Secret World. I've got 7 more in Star Wars. What are you going to want to do? Escape, I know what the damn quest is. Escape, I know what the damn quest is. Escape, get me out of this. I don't give a shit now. I want to get to the moves. I want to be able to do the content now. That's why you don't spend a ton of money on the damn voice content.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You pick 30 guys off the damn street to do your voice contact. Ooh, I've got, just saying, Felicia Day to do my voice contact. Well, that's all. That's nice and dandy, but
I'll pay for that.
Well, that's the point. So what? Okay, I've got Felicia Day. I've got this programmer named Anne over here that is working on combat that's got a similar voice. Why not have Anne do it? Why spend the extra money to have Felicia Day do it, except to say, ooh, I've got Felicia Day. Who cares? I'm sorry, nothing against Felicia Day.
A little bit of voice acting. That crap sucks.
Nothing.
It really does.
Nothing against Felicia Day, because I think she's a good actress. But I'm just saying, a lot of these companies are spending too much money on just be able to say, hey, look who I have. Well, you know who does the narration in Star Trek Online?
Mm-hmm.
Leonard Nimoy. So, how much money did they spend to have Nimoy do the voice? How much could have been put into other aspects of the game?
It's ridiculous amounts of money.
Yeah, so I have I am of a personal opinion, the voice acting really doesn't matter to me on who it is. As long as
it's not the voice actors from freaking Heavy Rain. Oh my god.
Well, okay, good point there. Or you're learn Gumby from Monty Python and on to the voice acting. You know, you're not going to have
yeah.
You know,
like, just let me. The way I see it is, the Secret World makes you read. That's what the difference is with the Secret World and a lot of other games. is that it actually makes you read the quest. And we'll get into that stuff here later on.
Yeah, it's coming here. Okay. Again, I'm pushing the War Z to near the end. Just because it's going to take a little bit longer because Adam's going to be wanting to talk a lot about it. So I'm...
You saying I'm long-winded, sir?
Why? No, actually I'm not. I'm just saying that it's going to take a little bit just because of the fact it's the... Have you seen the article?
Yeah, it's
about
quite a bit.
4 pages long. It's pretty darn long. So it's a developer chat. We'll get to that in a second. Okay, Tryon.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tryon again...
Before you move on, I'm going to say my piece on the voice acting bit.
Go ahead.
Is that, to me, voice acting, I don't care how much they spend on it, as long as it doesn't irritate the crap out of me. You know what I mean? If they got like a squeaky 13-year-old boy doing voice acting, I think a lot of people turn the game off. Wouldn't they?
Yeah, that's why we don't hire people off of Xbox Live.
Yeah.
So, to me, I think the game wouldn't be so bad if the fact that they made the mechanics of the game work.
Yes.
You know what I mean? If you can actually group up instead of relying on looking for group chat, and they actually made the space combat in the game and not running around on railroad tracks, which you can actually just fly the ship yourself, then the game would be far more better than what it is.
Yeah.
But I think, wasn't it before they brought Star Wars over that EA kind of rushed them, though? Didn't they say that you got to get the game out?
Oh, yeah, it was the game was pushed out. There's no way around it. The game was pushed out. It was pushed out too soon. So, okay. Alrighty? Alright, so now, Rift is coming out with their Storm Legion supplement. And basically, there is basically a dragon that uses a combination of magic and technology, and her legions are coming to attack the world. So here's the little trailer for it.
A gift has been given to us. Either by divine will or advanced technology, we've been brought back to the world with incredible power to fulfill a great purpose that only Oathsworn can.
We envision an empire ruled by the Ascended, to protect mortals from the elemental horrors. A united Ascended Empire can stand together to broker peace. We are the Dominion.
The power of the Ascended has become so great that our conflicts imperil Talara itself. All Ascended will be made to leave or suffer the will of the Nightfall.
This is the third faction, from my understanding.
Yes, third faction PvP. I don't really know how they're doing this. I haven't really studied up too much on it. I don't know if it's just for the PvP, is that's going in, or is actually the story is being kind of thrown into that.
Are they bringing in also a city for the third faction?
I have not heard very much about this. This is part of the thing. And they really have been really looking for this, and their site really isn't very
not friendly at all.
Well, it doesn't really say much yet, so it's kind of like, well, what's going on here?
I tell you one thing: if they bring that third faction in spot on, they can actually get the actual three factions fighting it out in the world, like they do. You think about it right now. You got the PvE mobs, the rifts, You know, they're all taking over, you know, conquest points around the world. Now, what does that make you think of? We have 3 factions? Camelot.
Secret World.
And
Yeah.
No.
And Secret World.
Now, the reason why I kind of like the idea of this 3rd faction coming in, because I'm an old Camelot player, so, I mean, if they can bring it in where, isn't it in Rift they got the PvE and PvP thing that goes on when you go in dungeons, you can fight players as well?
Yeah.
So, throw a 3rd faction in amongst that.
Which would be amazing.
So,
yeah, but it's going to be interesting to see how this works out. I want to see what how this all works for a third how they're going to introduce this get this 3rd faction in there. Basically, the 3rd faction basically wants to kick the other 2 factions off the planet. So it's going to be interesting how they factor into things. And then, like I said, they're going to have a dragon.
That's a full PvP thing then.
Yeah. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, what there are, and I actually skipped this, and I shouldn't have. The 3rd annual Game Developers Choice Online Awards. It's a award ceremony honoring online video games, and the most nominated game out there is Star Wars: The Old Republic. Which,
really?
Yeah, I know. That's what our reaction is. Is like, heh. Okay, best game design. This is basically the best game design. Glitch,
which is a good little game. I played around with it. It's really good. It's all right. It's not bad.
Realm of the Mad God.
What the hell?
I have played that. It's a little game as well. Certain individuals got me to play that one day, and it's cute. Star Wars: The Old Republic.
Ugh.
Dragon Vale. I've not heard of, and Woodland Heroes, which I also have not heard of.
I think I've heard of both of those. They're kind of like little rinky-dink games, though.
Yeah, so, I mean, you've got 4 indie games in Star Wars.
Really? Where's this at? Where are they voting for that at?
It's Game Developers Choice Online Awards.
Like, who smoked crack and handed somebody a freaking...
Okay, best online visual arts. Alright. Well, Star Wars: The Old Republic.
How? I'm sorry, but really?
Terra, which actually...
Yeah, Terra looks good.
I like Terra. Empires and Allies, which is a Zynga game.
Oh, man.
Age of Empires Online. And Glitch again.
Give it to Glitch. There you go.
Well, I would give it to Terra, but that's just a personal thing.
Yeah, Terra. I forgot that was in there.
Okay, best community relations. Okay. WoW.
Yes.
League of Legends.
Yes.
Solitaire Blitz, which is a PopCap game. PopCap EA. They have been doing buttloads of shit online. I'm sorry. I hate to be frank about it, but they have been doing tons of stuff. They ran a 30-hour marathon and raised like $10,000 for charity.
Oh, wow.
It was just amazing. And that was about 2 weeks ago that they did that. Anyways, then there was World of Tanks.
Okay, I can see that.
And then Diamond Dash, which is a smaller indie game.
Oh God. Yeah, my ex-girlfriend's mom used to play that all the freaking time. I was like, what the hell are you doing? Oh, it's Diner Dash. Like,
yeah, I could see Solitaire Blitz or League of Legends winning that, and I could see WoW because WoW that is one of their better things. And mind you, the thing is that the games that released here lately are not included in this, aka
Secret World.
Funcom, Secret World, Guild Wars 2 are not
Oh,
included.
Guild Wars 2 would rape that.
Yeah,
Visual
that's what I'm,
rape.
Oh, I know. Secret World. Hi, I'm fighting Cthulhu. Oh my god. Okay. Best online technology. Diablo 3.
Yes.
Terra.
Eh.
Indiana Jones Adventure World, which is another Zynga game.
Oh my god, Zynga, suck it.
And The Sims Social.
Alright, so
Sims Social.
I would say Terra. The reason why I'm saying this is this. To have an action RPG game, MMO, out there that's really twitchy, that's pretty good freaking technology, if you ask me.
Yeah, that's spot on.
Did Diablo 3 get best online technology from the Air 37 code? Is that the reason why they got that?
Or the exploit that will force you to sell your item at your bottom dollar on your auction, on the real world auction house?
What? I didn't.
You didn't
really?
hear about that one?
I didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, they've had problems. You should be reading our news items more often on the LagSpike. Smack! 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 Just so you guys know, folks, Adam says, "Oh, I'll get on that news and smoke you, and I'll put more people, I'll put more news items on there than you can." And I've got 32 news items. He has 0 right now. So,
damn you, real life! Damn you!
Okay, I'm going to skip social network game. Best audio for an online game. The two that we haven't mentioned already are Tribes Ascend and Marvel Avengers Alliance.
God, is this like the best of shit?
I don't know. Best new online game. Yeah. Okay, whatever.
Castleville?
Castleville, which is a Zynga game. It's the Castle version of Farmville. SWTOR, Dragon Veil, Draw Something should win that, and Rage of Bahamut, which is
SWTOR.
Yeah, SWTOR. Yeah.
I
don't get it.
even get that.
Who created this list?
The developers.
This is the
Game
developers'
Choice Online Awards.
Is this game developers made these choices?
Here's the thing.
What were they doing when they made this list?
I think that developers. Okay, what are you doing? You're a developer, right? And you are developing a game, so you don't really have time to play games. So
kind of like
what's
like college football polls being voted on by coaches.
Yeah,
that's what I'm coming up with on this too, because it's about as stupid. Okay, best live game: League of Legends, Rift, Cityville, yet another Zynga, EVE Online, which is a
wow, that's amazing,
and World of Warcraft. So that one's good. That's actually probably the toughest category, because all of those, even though I hate Zynga games, it's popular.
Like EVE is just one of those games, man. I got, and I've said it a million times on the other podcasts and stuff like that, and that we've done. It's so interesting to me, but it's just like playing it is like, I guess it's, I can't. The controls suck. I'm just going to be honest, man. That's the thing, is the controls suck. And I know a lot of people are going to be going off about this shit and say, oh my god, what are you talking about? The controls don't suck that bad. Yeah, they do, dude. They're pretty fucking bad. I want to be able to control my ship. I want to be able to go around, and move out of the way, kind of like Dogfight. Not just click to go. Orbit. Shoot. Alright, done. Yeah.
Online Innovation Award, actually, there's one there in that list that you will like, Adam.
Wow, Journey's on there? Really?
Journey, Realm of the Mad God, SWTOR. This certain game that Adam is playing all the time now. called DayZ.
Which got us on frickin' 4chan. Which was amazing. Is that of all things that got us on 4chan, it was fucking DayZ. Which
Yes.
I kept, like, the big ban happened the other day. And,
Right after our
yeah,
encounter.
right after this, right? So, next thing you know is, like, I kept yelling to the guy who was hacking the game. And was like, make it rain zombies and like zombies. I got destroyed by a bus. It was kind of interesting.
They were having...
to rain buses full of zombies.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what they
possibly.
were trying to do. They were actually
Yeah.
trying to code it to do that. They were hacking the game to try to see how bad they could screw around with things. But
Oh, it was ridiculous.
it was really ridiculous. The thing is I think we handled it pretty well because we were kind of laughing behind, going like, okay, it's become fun. This has become ridiculous. Well, let's just go with it. Why get mad is really what it came down to. There's no reason to get mad.
The thing is, and I'm going to go off on this ordeal about the 4chan thing. 4chan's one of those places where it's everybody is online. Like, you can post it anonymously and all this other stuff. And a lot of people are like, oh my god, it's a breeding ground for trolls. But you know what? Honestly, there's a lot of good stuff that comes out of that thing, man. There's a lot of exploits out there that, you know, a lot of people don't want to give their name out for and be like, look, here's a big major fucking hole. I hacked it. Here's how to do it. And it's not really so much of showing other people how to do it. It's being a good developer and going through and being like, oh shit, this is how they're doing it. Here's how we need to counter that. So,
yeah, and the thing is, yeah, there's a lot of kids on there and a lot of goofballs, but
oh yeah,
you know,
it's a community, man.
It's a community, and God, I would love, even as crazy and as screwed up as that community can be, I'd love to have that community here. I'll tell you. When you really get down to it, okay. I'm going to go to the Secret World piece, which is usually our last piece because we can't get off of it once we talk about it, which should tell you what we're coming up with yet. This next weekend, Secret World is free.
Free, you say?
Free.
Do I have to?
You do not have to. You can download They are putting out their new content on tomorrow, which will hopefully fix the chat system. That is right now the biggest break that they've got in the game. That
they need to get that fixed and hurry it up.
Okay. But then during the weekend, they are going to show off what they've done and what they've added and everything else. They are saying, come to our game, play it free for the weekend, you'll get hooked. So, if you are in, or if you've been watching us and what we've been doing online, because we've been broadcasting it fair amount. If you're interested in that, come take a look at it that weekend. If you're interested in joining in and playing the game, buying the game, joining in, hey, there's a guild out there.
There's a game right now.
Yeah, I knew you were. Girl. I'm not for once, but that's because I'm trying to run everything in 3 different computers here. But it's a great game.
One thing that for these guys that are interested in this game, if you guys like conspiracies, you like puzzles, I know calls making the other guys, sometimes they don't like a game that makes you think. You know what I mean? But this game is one of those games that you do have to apply some intelligence to it. You have to put some problem solving to it, and which is, to me, is what makes this game stands out from the rest.
Yeah, I mean, if you were watching the other day when Adam and I were playing and he jumped into that solo instance where he couldn't where he had to put the puzzle pieces up to fit them in the wall to open up a door. I mean, that
was amazing. Literally trying to figure out how this, there's an amusement park running, and not to give too much away, but it's they're wondering, there's no power going to it. how it is actually still online and how it is actually powered. And it is powered by some crazy spiritual stuff where you actually build a like a spiritual grid, I guess you could say, like power grid, which is freaking amazing. Frustrating as hell to figure out that damn quest. But after you, like, it's one of those things where you're like, oh man, okay, all right, I've got this far. All right, I've done this now, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, it's like, oh my god, I finally finished this quest. Jesus, this is amazing quest, but thank God that damn thing's over with, because you literally feel like you're freaking drained. You're mind drained after that. I mean, I mean that's the best that I could put it. I mean, you're absolutely mind drained after you play a couple of those.
And just a little bit more, a little bit more of a spoiler. Once you're out of the 3 areas that Adam is currently in, and I've actually advanced past that, but I've come back to help Adam on most of his stuff.
I'll be going back as well.
Yeah, and Mosh has too. But the next area, by God, if that's not Assassin's Creed.
Egypt, I tell you now.
That is, the puzzles have switched to the Assassin's Creed style puzzles.
It has, and I tell you one thing, Adam. You are gonna love Egypt.
You will love Egypt.
You will absolutely fall
We hope
in
so.
love.
We'll hope so, because I hate sand levels. That's the only damn thing. I hate
Sand?
Yeah.
Put it this way, there's fire in the desert.
That will possibly work for me.
Yeah, it's interesting. Okay, so anyways, the point is, they are also doing a leaderboard.
Yeah, I saw
and they're
that.
going to do, and whoever gets they're going to give prizes out to the top 100 players in solving quests during the weekend.
Now, here's my thing, though.
I don't see me getting much sleep this weekend.
Well, did you not feel like there really wasn't a big, I don't know if it's a big secret about what's going on this upcoming weekend? And it is like really, they say new content coming, but what is that new content? Are they not going to tell us?
No,
Yeah.
they've said some of it, but there's new quests in every zone.
Yeah. We're getting these new auxiliary weapons coming up soon as well. Which is got a lot of speculation behind it, but I got a funny feeling it's got things to do with RPGs.
Well, they said also that they're not only like, okay, perfect example is this. If you play, for instance, let's go ahead and say WoW, because everybody's played that damn thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, when you play WoW and you go through and you do a mission, in the very beginning, in the very starter areas and stuff like that, you go past that, you go past the barons and all that stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then you come back later on, and you're like a big high level. You don't really see high levels in like those low, like level areas. I guess you could say there's nothing really to come back to. It's always keep moving on. All right, we're on this continent now. Oh, now we moved on to this, and now we moved on to this, and now we moved on to this, and this, and this. It's never anything to draw you back. What I've heard from the developers of the Secret World is that they are actually going through and making stuff in the other areas that you like originally started out in what is it, Kingsmouth? Yeah,
Kingsmouth.
Yeah, so like stuff like that, and then going past and going to Egypt and things like that, and just all these different areas is they're making you go back to, because you have the Hollow World where you can travel back and forth really easily, but they have you going back to be able to do missions there for higher up levels and things like that too, which for me that was like, wow, really? Okay, so now you're going to have content everywhere, and it's not going to be just, screw it, I've been past this area, I'm not doing that, so.
Yeah, and it'll keep things fresh. And they're, like I explained in the last episode that we did of XPLosion, they're doing it a lot in this lot similar fashion that Turbine did with Asheron's Call with the monthly content updates. So there's going to be new stuff coming all the time, and eventually they're going to come out with a supplement that's going to be the next big region area like what we've currently got. and then that'll
And
be
one thing I do like is not to give a spoiler away with one of these quests. I don't know, Adam, have you seen the one where you, I don't know if you got this far, you go through, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Anyway, yeah, you can go through, basically you get sent through the Agatha, where you first get sent to Seoul, and you go through the Agatha, you fight this boss at the end. And I'm basically trying to solve that quest out.
No.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't done that either.
No, he has not
I haven't
done
that one yet.
I tell you, the actual design of the quest I like.
Oh.
There's not just like one particular quest that's good. There's a whole bunch load they actually put in, getting you thinking, and actually very good.
Well, here's the thing that got me with one of the quests is the one with the different spiritual, I guess, electricity, I guess you could say, is going on, is that you have to switch out the eyepieces, the different glass in the eyepiece, and then make different colors and stuff like that. And I was like, holy shit, this is freaking, like, Dave's like, okay, now take this piece out. I'll put this piece back in. Now assemble it. All right, now disassemble this. And in the crafting thing, this is what's pretty cool. Yeah, I'm doing this in the crafting, and it's like, okay, now, all right, now you look at that. Now look at the map. Okay, do you see anything different? Okay, now it's over here. All right, now take this piece out. Now put this piece in. Okay, now do you see anything different? Okay, now take this out. Now put this, and I'm like, oh my god, like what the hell, dude? Absolutely freaking amazing. Absolutely amazing game. Like that, just stuff like that, and then stuff the way that you think, like, oh, there's this boss in a cave. All right, I need to fight him to get what I need. Oh no, you don't want to fight this guy because he'll whip your ass. You need to wait until he goes all the way out, then run behind him, get the stuff, then run out.
Adam and I got our butts kicked. That if you go back and see that video, oh my god, we got our butts kicked back so fast. That was funny.
Yeah.
And the thing is,
you've done the funfair
one.
The fairground stuff, have you, Adam?
Quite a bit of it, not all of it, but yeah.
You took a ride on the roller coaster.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Yeah, he's done a lot of fun. Now, I'm going to scare you all now, and I apologize. And this is from Massively, guys, who did this. This is their Massively.tv. Massively TV, which broadcasts on Twitch, but they saved this out, and you just got to see it to believe it.
Hello everybody, this is Bo Hyman for Massively.com. It is the 23rd of July 2012.
The hell?
A Monday. That means it is Rise and Shiny Monday, meaning that I'm going to be playing a game that I will cover for the next... I'll basically be playing it for the next week.
Family Guy Online.
And I will kill the sound. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen,
the hell?
We have in beta currently, and
God,
they are playing this game. They played this game earlier today as well. Family Guy Online.
Is it as funny as the TV series?
Well, we shall see.
What in the hell?
It is. You are not playing the actual characters. Okay, they are the quest givers.
Okay.
What you do is you select your favorite character at first, which is what he's currently doing now.
Right. Kind of like your mentors.
Right. And then when you get to the character design, you get a character. You can create your own personalized version of a character that's similar but not the same. So I believe he ends up taking Stewie here.
I just don't even understand why you would...
So this is his character he's making now. I'm skipping through this because this is long. So yes, he can make he's making his character. He chose Stewie, of course, so that means he's going to be a kid, the preschooler.
Yeah.
So that's what the basis is now. So he's a preschooler, and then of course he chooses his look. And then he goes into the game. And
Oh, wow.
this is the game. And this...
Really? This is what's going on. Oh my god. I give up. Everything
how
will
many-
have...
How many Peters is it?
So those are all players right there. And Stewie there is a quest giver.
Wow.
How do you play this?
Well, now, did I? It's a beta right now.
Wow. I just had to say, wow.
Okay, so Stewie's telling you need to go talk to Chris. So now he's going to go talk to Chris.
It just amazes me that they're making every...
Yes,
Everything
and
has...
the person giving you the hints is the mayor, Adam West.
Oh, that's freaking awesome. Actually, I don't really know why you would listen to him, but, you know.
This is just... Yep, there's the loading screen. Giggity, giggity, giggity.
I don't like the cream corn they have here. It's too crunchy.
Oh, yeah, trust me.
Yeah, at least it's not Farmville. I will give you that. Yeah, but still.
Yes, and you get, when you complete a quest or grab a quest, it gives you a television clip. A cartoon clip as well. So you get you can get video clips. Yeah, so now you got Herbert the pervert. Oh yeah, so you get...
I got a brand new game for you to play.
So yeah, you have a shop. Another loading screen is... Of course, who's running the shop?
Mort?
Yeah, Mort.
Oh, wow. Now you're...
It's all Family Guy style graphics.
Wow, I just can't believe this crap. I'm just never, to this day, would you... I mean, you could have told me, hey, guess what? They're making a Marvel superhero game online. Okay. Hey, they're making The Sims online. Okay. Hey, they're making a Family Guy online. Nah, I don't see that happening. Really, I'm seeing this shit. Oh my god. And the weird thing is, there's a bunch of people just running randomly through the fucking house and sailing into a room. That's like, what the hell?
Yep, so now he's... Yeah.
Oh my.
So I'll skip a little bit further in here for...
And now you got freaking skills.
Yep, you have skills in the game. Notice you have a hot bar.
God.
You have a hot bar.
what?
You got it's an MMO. I'm sorry. This is more of an MMO than the Marvel game, which is really sad. But you really
Good point, mine. That's a funny thing about it.
Oh my god. I need help. Somebody save me. Like,
Yeah, you can fight. There is fighting in this as well, I believe. It's the typical Family Guy slap fighting. Although I don't know whether or not you fight the giant chicken or not. And if that's the case, we know Joe will be buying this game. Oh yeah, so he's zipping right along here. I've got the sound down because I don't want to... I mean, this is massively steel, so I don't want to use up too much of it, but... Yeah, he's obviously got some sort of mission to check garbage cans for something. So.
See Joe Button playing this.
Yeah, can you see Joe playing this? Of anybody, can you definitely see Joe playing this?
Because he can troll people.
Oh yeah. What will be bad is when he's imitating the characters while casting it.
Well, actually, you won't see him playing it because he doesn't play MMOs, does he?
He might play this one just to. Yeah, exactly. There's Joe right now. Yeah, we know you'll take Peter. Yes, you have to get to a certain point before Brian unlocks. You can't get Brian, and you have to unlock Brian, or else they just don't have Brian done yet, which is possible. This is beta. Well, there's Brian right there. Of course, he's getting drunk. Now, how much questing could you actually do in this game?
I couldn't do that much. I'll be honest
I mean,
with you.
really, when you get down to it.
I like Family Guy and all that stuff like that, but it's just like, oh god.
Yeah, this
really?
would be overkill. Whoops, I hit the wrong thing there.
My mistake.
I hit the wrong thing.
Yeah, that's very interesting, but god, really? Jeez,
I want to give him his kudos here for actually standing and actually playing through this game. I just want to give the guy from Massively his kudos. He definitely deserves it for doing it.
Definitely. Go on Twitter follow that guy because he deserves it. After that,
yeah, and he did it again today.
Well, apparently it's all right. I guess I don't know.
Here's your War Z. Here now you can start talking at him. War Z is a zombie MMO game that is coming out. It is by... Who's it by again?
I looked up the developer of it the other day, and I can't remember now. And
yeah, I know it. I forgot already myself.
Damn it! I looked it up, and fuck. Hold on. Look it up again. Where's he the game?
Let me make sure I'm lined up here with the picture.
Who's making this?
Yeah, because it doesn't say in the interview. It's really kind of stupid. I
found it.
I just went in. I signed up to beta.
What did you get in?
I just signed up to beta the Family Game.
Oh, Jesus. It is by Hammerpoint. That's what it was. Hammerpoint Interactive. Looked up their other stuff to see if they've done anything.
Mm-hmm.
This is their first game.
Okay.
But from the freaking screenshots, it's absolutely amazing. Another thing is people were saying this is an MMO. It is and it isn't. They're talking about, so basically what it is you're trying to survive. That's the thing. The main thing of the game is saying, is it like a shooter? Yeah, you can go first person, third person perspective on it. You can go, get in cars, drive them. I'm pretty sure that, they have some PvE stuff going on, some PvP stuff, but they're saying it's a 250 person cap right now for each server. So, which is kind of cool, I guess you could say. But they're saying that it's possibly it's all about surviving. It's really not about questing. It's all about trying to survive.
This looks like a sandbox game. I mean, when you look into it, it's a sandbox MMO.
Yeah,
more or less.
I'm ready for this game. It needs to come out soon.
Yep.
Which is actually going to be coming out soon. I forget when it said.
The question is, are you going to buy Arma 3 when it comes out?
That's a good question. I don't know. Arma 3, the thing is that if they put it in DayZ into it, yeah, I'll buy it. That's all there is to it. But from the description of what Rocket was saying is that they want DayZ to be a standalone series by itself. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of limitations in engines now. They want to be able to have where people can build up fortresses, and they have that kind of now where you put barbed wire down and stuff like that. But they want to build up fortresses and things like this. That's what I'm wondering about this game. Is that if it's going to have where you can build stuff like fortresses, things like that, what is the game? Is it, DayZ's the game is to survive the longest.
Yeah.
That's the game.
That sounds like me.
What's that?
Zion.
Yeah, I mean, it really does. Mm-hmm. Zion now has zombies in it. Or revenants. Yeah, that's what they want to call them. But, like, for me, it just looks like... I don't know. I really want to see more from this game. Completely more from this game. I want to see the end goal. They're saying, the goal was not necessarily to hunt down zombies or unlock achievements or shoot anyone. Your goal is to explore the world and survive. It's up to you if you want to rebuild society or destroy it, which sounds awesome if you're going to go through it. And if you could rebuild a city and build up a city and kind of control that would be awesome. You have a choice between first person, third person. I think that's pretty cool that they have that. The assets are traditional quests. There are no quests or missions in traditional gaming industry. Since the word, we're building an objective-based game. Instead of building a sandbox with lots of tools to allow people to create their... instead of building... Yeah, so basically saying, giving you a sandbox, you build your own world and see what you do with it. So... Right,
so it's a sandbox game. It's very much like Zion. Yeah. That's the way I look at it, too. It's Zion.
I don't see why... Go on.
Yeah, so I was completely wrong. There is no quest yet. If they add any, that might be possible.
I don't see why the makers of Arma don't give free reign for DayZ. I say to the Will Z guys, hey, look, guys, you take our engine and do what you will for it, because look at what they done with Arma 2. They rejuvenated, they brought it back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I really can't wait to see what they do with it, because with this game, from what it's sounding is, they said, you won't actually encounter NPCs, in hazmat gear and stuff like that. And what you'll see is you'll come across and you'll look down and there'll be like hazmat government wear, government wearing hazmat suits, burning bodies and trying to cover up the outbreak. So it is an outbreak. Mm-hmm. So I wonder if it's like you're gonna see little bits of story that you had to piece together in your head, or how that's all gonna work. But I cannot wait, man. I cannot wait.
Well, you have to. It's not out yet. Okay.
Yeah, it's just
I need it. It'll be interesting to see how this works. It really is. The zombie thing is on a peak right now, and my thing is I hope it doesn't release when that peak's over with.
Yeah, I had to say the fact that gets like on the picture right there, the guy's holding up a flare and all the zombies are starting to come. That's pretty awesome, because you could be like, okay, here's the deal, dude. We need those supplies in that building right there. I'm gonna hold up a flare, attract them. You run in, you grab the supplies, and we'll meet up here. Mm-hmm. That kind of stuff. Just love that. Love that. Because that's what DayZ is that, so many times here on LagSpike, you'll see us playing it, and it'll be like, all right, Stu, Joe, here's the deal. There's a player right there. We need to get past him to get this stuff. Oh, shit, he's got a shotgun. Ooh, do we shoot him, or do we leave him alone, or group with him, and all this other stuff? It's so many decisions and choices that you wouldn't really have in any other game that you do like this, because once you die, you lose all your shit. So,
So, it'll be interesting to see how this, like I say, it'll come out. Hopefully it'll be good.
yeah, they said that they're going to give you a map right off the bat, which is going to be awesome.
Yeah, it'll be helpful.
Awesome.
I'll be playing it with you, Adam. I'll be playing it.
Yeah, and also they're talking about, is there going to be any voice in the game? They said no, not right now. They don't plan to put a VoIP in. You have TeamSpeak, and they say, and we love our TeamSpeak, so
there
that
you go.
doesn't look, and to be honest with you, that's another part of the server they got to worry about too. I'd rather worry about the game, not the voice stuff. So.
Okay. So that is The War Z. That is coming out. And I haven't heard any time frames yet.
They said soon.
They say soon, but I think it's going. They're trying to make it before the end of the year. So we'll see.
That's what I was reading. They were talking about that possibly.
Yep. So
Well, I just went and did it.
signed up.
Yep.
I'm loading Family Guy.
Oh God. So it's the War Z. Is it? Yeah, the warz.com.
Yep.
If you guys want to check that out,
Yep.
sign up for it. I signed up for the beta. Ooh, hold it here. This has got pre-order stuff now. Well, excuse me while I type. Congratulations, you've been registered.
Okay.
All right.
We'll see how that. See if Adam can get in. Sorry for eating on cast, but I'm hungry.
Hey, you're not allowed to eat on cast, sir. Never.
Num, num, num.
Never. You starve here. You see what I did to Stu? I put him in the hospital, and that's...
That was from dehydration. All right. Well, honestly, that comes to the end of the show because I have no more. You guys have anything else you want to add, or?
Say we tell what games we're playing, what current MMOs that we're playing.
All right.
And current MMOs that we're waiting on.
Okay.
For me, I am waiting on Guild Wars 2 to hurry up and come out. I'm tired of playing in a world that I'm not actually getting to be able to control yet. So I'm waiting for that. Also, I am playing the wonderful game called Secret World. If you haven't heard me rant about it yet, I love that. I really want to kind of get back to Zion and check that out, see what they've done with it, and kind of play around with that. Because now that they've got the zombies in the game, I can probably make a lot more stuff that I needed zombies for. So we'll see how that's going, see if the population's kicked up a little bit. And if it didn't, hey, it's a post-apocalyptic world. There's not supposed to be that many people in the world. So that one's all about surviving also. So those are the games I'm playing.
What about you, Mosh?
Secret World, I'm waiting on PlanetSide 2. And funny enough, I'm waiting on End of Nations as well.
Okay.
Ooh.
Interesting. Okay. I, of course, am playing Secret World, and I still have my Age of Conan account, even though I'm neglecting it horribly. I am also... There's a new build coming out for City Heroes that I may want to check out. I'm going to possibly be checking out Star Trek Online again. And I am also possibly going to check out a little bit of the DC Universe again, too. But what I'm waiting for is, of course, Guild Wars 2. That's the other one that I'm waiting for. I am waiting a little bit for possibly for Riders of Rohan, because I still have a Lotro account, and I'm in a guild in Lotro, even though they want to kill me because I'm not there. I do want to kind of see that Defiance game at this point in time. I also kind of want to see what the television show is going to be like. So that's where I'm at.
Sintel in the channel is asking, where's the best place to download the Secret World for the weekend?
I believe
the best way to do that is to go sign up on the website.
Mm-hmm.
I believe you might get an actual download link straight from those from Funcom to
yeah, I believe it
download
is.
the client.
I believe that will be available probably after the patch tomorrow.
Yeah.
So you probably want to check their website tomorrow at funcom.com or thesecretworld.funcom.com and see if that weekend client is available.
They're saying right here on the War Z stuff, they're saying no official release date yet, but fall is the first chance for people to get to view the game in a closed beta.
Okay. Fair enough.
Hey, Dave.
Mm-hmm.
You know this Family Guy online?
Yes.
Why is I can picture Marvin playing this?
Oh my. Someone save us.
I can see Joe, Stewie, and Marvin playing this, and Doe.
Yeah, I was going to say Doe is another one that would be on that list.
Peanut Fox.
Peanut Fox, definitely. Yeah, I could definitely see some of our blacklisted people. Okay.
Yeah, I guess it's where we come down to the plugging.
Nope, one last thing. And I want to do it before we hit that 2-hour mark, and we only got about 5 minutes.
Yeah, I forgot about this. Go
okay.
Ahead. All right.
Next, not this Friday and Saturday, but next Friday and Saturday, depending on what we get scheduled between me and Adam here. I am attending Wizard World Chicago.
Why?
Wizard World Chicago is a comic book sci-fi convention, just like San Diego Comic-Con, but smaller. But they have a number of guests showing up, including Shatner, Avery Brooks, Bruce Campbell, Scott Bakula, Dean Stockwell. They're doing a special get-together of Quantum Leap while they're there. John Cena and CM Punk from WWE are going to be appearing. There are a number of other people. All of the guys that were in Boondock Saints are going to be there. There's people from all the various different sci-fi shows, including Walking Dead, Kevin Sorbo, Dean Cain, all sorts of different sci-fi people. Hayden Panettiere, who was the cheerleader on Heroes. Just a ton of people. Okay, I am going there. I will be trying to do a remote on Friday and Saturday live, and we will be broadcasting it on LagSpike TV. We may have a special event page, we may not, it depends. But we will be doing it on LagSpike. Adam is going to be sitting in the studio, and I am going to be on trying to go booth to booth, seeing who I can interview, who I can talk to out on the floor. I have press credentials this time, guys. They are going to be setting up some interviews for me. Right now, they believe they can get me interviews, maybe live, I'm not positive yet, with Kevin Sorbo, Dean Cain, who was, of course, Superman and Lois and Clark.
Yep.
Kevin Nash.
What?
From WCW. John Morrison from WWE.
What?
Lita from WWE.
What?
I knew that was going to get much. Also, Dean Cain,